Icefall Mantle are Titan Gauntlets that instantly turn you into a tank in Destiny 2, and today I'm going to run through how to get Icefall Mantle, plus put together a Titan PVE build that's going to help you tear through enemies whether in PVE or in PvP. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Well, Icefall Mantle are exotic Titan Gauntlets with the perk Glacial Guard, and this one replaces your barricade ability with a personal overshield. So when you activate your barricade, you create a burst around yourself that slows combatants. And while you have the overshield, you are slowed and the barricade does not recharge. So Bungie also buffed it for seasonal loss, and now is a really great time to get hold of the Icefall Mantle. We're talking about getting hold of the Icefall Mantle. Let's have a look at how to do that now. So Icefall Mantle is one of the new exotic pieces of armor introduced in Beyond Light, specifically in Season 12. And previous to Beyond Light and these newer armor pieces being introduced, exotic armor was acquired at random through exotic engrams or campaign story content. Well, now you have a way to target farm exotic armor pieces through the Legend and Master Lost sectors. So if you complete these activities solo, there's a chance for these exotic armor pieces to drop for you. So every day the Legend and Master Lost sectors rotate, with 2 available each day across Europa, Cosmodrome, Moon, Tangled Shore, and also the Dreaming City. And I think the EDZ has been added to that rotation too. Well, as well as the location for the Legend and Master Lost sectors rotating, the rewards, they also rotate too, with different armor pieces for the head, the arms, the chest, and the legs. And if you want to check out the location and the rewards, you can do so in-game by completing the Lost sectors on the regular difficulty and then check on the map. And the Legend and the Master Lost sectors are indicated as a blue shield icon. Another good way to check it out is a tool called todayindestiny.com. This is a fantastic website, and it'll quickly tell you what the location is plus what the reward is too. Well, to get Icefall Mantle, you want to look out for the exotic arms reward, and then if you complete the Legend or Master Lost sector solo, you got a chance for those arms to drop for you. So if you don't get it the first time, keep trying and you'll get it after a few times. Well, next up, let's have a look at an Icefall Mantle Titan PVE build. So of course, with the exotic armor, we are using Icefall Mantle, as this guide is focused around those exotic gauntlets for a Titan. But next up, let's look at the subclass. So for this build, I'm going to be using Code of the Devastator, which is Middle Tree Sunbreaker. So this one has had a huge buff this season, especially on that throwing hammer melee ability. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So let's check out the abilities. So we've got throwing hammer, throw a hammer from a distance, and after throwing it, picking up the hammer, fully recharge your melee ability. We've got Roaring Flames, so kills with your solar abilities increase those abilities' damage, and that stacks up to 3 times. And we got Tireless Warrior, so after hitting an enemy with your throwing hammer, picking up the hammer triggers your health regeneration. Then we got Burning Maul, so you summon a flaming maul and crush enemies with the force of an earthquake, and that replaces Hammer of Soul as the subclass super. So Roaring Flames is great, but we're interested in the throwing hammer, given the buffs in Season 15. So Bungie said we are extending the throwing hammer lifespan to allow Titans more time to finish an engagement and pick up their hammer before it vanishes. We also felt it could deal more damage against orange and yellow bar enemies, and also the new charge melee action allows you to throw your hammer point blank at an enemy, which is pretty badass. So looking at the weapons, I'm using Traveler's Chosen. This one is an exotic kinetic sidearm. It's 300 rounds per minute with 15 in the magazine, and it's got excellent range. So looking at the perks, we've got Gathering Light. Final blows of the weapon grant stacks of Gathering Light. You consume the stacks granting melee, grenade and class ability energy based on the number of stacks. We've also got Gift of the Traveller, so each stack of Gathering Light improves the weapon reload, handling and target acquisition. And we're going to be using this one to get our overshield back as often as possible, as per Icefall Mantle's ability. So Traveller's Chosen lets us stack Gathering Light on kills, then we can use this to replenish all of our abilities. This was already one of the most powerful exotics in the game, and if you want to span abilities, this is a great weapon. Also, it's worth noting there is a catalyst available at the moment. You can get that in the game. I do have a guide for that on the channel, so I'd recommend checking that out. You can pick it up from the exotic kiosk in the tower. Well, for the energy weapon, I'm using the 7th Seraph CQC. So the 7th Seraph CQC is a great shotgun, deadly in PvP, and also useful in PvE with its Warmind cells and decent roll combinations. Well, it's a legendary energy shotgun, which is a lightweight frame. I mean, it's got superb handling, and you can move faster with the weapon equipped. So for PvE, Slide Shot and Vorpal Weapon would be really good. The most popular role out there with the community right now is Quick Draw and Snapshot Sights, but I would look out for Slide Shot and Vorpal Weapon. That is a really good role for PvE. Well, to get this one, it is a random drop from various activities like Strikes, Crucible, Gambit, as well as world activities like Patrols, public events and also engrams too. Does mean there's no 100% way to farm the weapon, you just have to have a little bit of luck. Well, finally, for the power weapon, I'm using Falling Guillotine. So this is a legendary sword sitting in the power slot. Comes with a vortex frame so you can launch a heavy spin attack, and heavy attacks are stronger with full energy, and attacks partially bypass elemental shields. For PvE, you want to be looking for something like Relentless Strikes, for landing 3 light attacks within a short time grants sword ammo, and Whirlwind Blade. And Relentless and Whirlwind is a really good combination for all swords, but this one especially when you're dealing that big damage with that heavy spin attack. We're looking at the mods. I'm using Taking Charge, so you're picking up orbs to get charged with light. Got Lucent Blade, increased sword damage when you're charged with light. Protective Light, so while charged with light you gain significant damage resistance against combatants when your shields are destroyed, and it consumes all stacks of charge with light. Using Global Reach, so Warmind cells you create affect and damage targets at a greater distance. And finally, Burning Cells creates a burst of solar energy when you destroy a Warmind cell. Well, I'd love to hear what you think of the build, and good luck in getting Icefall Mantle. And also let me know what you think of Icefall Mantle down there in the comments. Plus, if you've got any tips to make the build better, share them with the community. Well, that is it for this guide for how to get the Icefall Mantle in Destiny 2. And as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.
Broadcasting on all open channels. Can anyone hear me? Mithrax? Saint? What's your status? Can anyone read me?